Hello guys and welcome to my channel. Today I decided to talk a little bit about traveling because this is one of our favorite things to do, and this year hasn't been such a good year for traveling, so we like to remember what we did the past years for Christmas, for example. And this last year we couldn't do because I had the baby right on Christmas. And this year, unfortunately, our plans got cancelled because of the pandemic. So maybe, who knows, if the pandemic is going to be over, maybe in the next years, we might be able to go there again. Our favorite place to go on Christmas has become, in the last years, Disneyland Paris. We have never been to Disneyland in America. The first time we went to Disneyland Paris was before we had the children. We actually went there just for 2 days because we thought, it's for children, we might not like it, so let's get just a taste of it. And we were so surprised that we decided that we want to come back there over and over again. So I'm going to talk about traveling with children because a lot of people that I know, and I hear a lot of people saying, you can't travel with children, they will ruin your holiday, you feel tired, it's not going to be as fun, and so on. And I'm going to say that we took our 1.5-year daughter. She was 1.5 years. It was supposed to be her name day right after Christmas, so we thought it was a good opportunity and also a very good Christmas present to take her to Disneyland and let her choose something from Disneyland Paris that she wants for Christmas. And also we visited Paris. I'm going to give you some tips also on how we planned in order to save money and have more money to spend, because we went there on a budget for the traveling expenses and we wanted to have more money for the part that involved the expenses, right? So we wanted to eat out. We really wanted to taste the French cuisine locally, so not the big restaurants. We tried the small restaurants, the local owned restaurants, where they would actually cook the way they cook in Paris, and we loved it. I have to say, my husband is a very big lover of British food, and he never thought he was going to love French food, so he loved it as well. It was a big success also with our daughter. One thing that I really appreciated was that the food, wherever we went, had an option for children. The child's menu usually has an option with no salt or an option with no sugar, which is okay and very good if you have a very young child. Also in Disneyland Paris, if you want to eat in the park, although a lot of people say it's a lot of money to eat in the park, it costs a lot, it doesn't actually, because if you compare it to how much you would spend buying food in a restaurant or in a place in central Paris or in Paris, then you would see that it's not very different price. The difference that it made for us is just we didn't have, time actually cooking or anything. We just went and ate wherever we were. Disneyland Paris was amazing for us. Advice number one would be, please, 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 if you want to save money, try and find a hotel in Paris. It's not such a long distance to take by train. If you take a week's pass for the train, it's Navigo Découverte, I think. For 1 week, it's gonna be really cheap, especially because you'll be traveling a lot in Paris as well. If you take the zones 1 to 5, it includes everything, including the trip to Disneyland. It would be a 1-hour trip each way, which is very convenient because you get to rest, and then when you get to Paris, you can visit again. On the train ride, you get to rest, you get to, sit down a little bit, because I assure you, in Disneyland, you will not be sitting down. Rarely people do sit down. I apologize for the background noise. My son's eating actually, so I apologize for that. So number one, we bought tickets for Disneyland Paris on Christmas. We wanted to catch the Christmas day, 25th, 26th, 27th, I think. And we bought the tickets a long time ahead. So I decided to make this travel in July. In July, I bought the Disneyland tickets. In August, I found a hotel. I always use booking.com to compare prices, and I've been in Paris in multiple hotels, but the one that we used when we went to Disneyland I like best, because although it's farther from the center of the city, it's located right next to bus stations that could take you anywhere you need. And also, I would say that a lot of people are frightened of staying in the outskirts of Paris. I would say that it was okay for us. We traveled early in the morning and late at night, and we didn't have any problems there. Also, I find it comforting that there's always police, you know, patrolling the streets, which makes us feel safe as well. We traveled by bus, by train, by metro, by anything we needed. And we used the Ibis Hotel in Montmartre because we love that area of Paris. We thought, why not stay locally, see how it is to actually live in Paris. And I guarantee if you wanted to move to Paris, I don't think you would afford or want to live in the center because it's very crowded, and I think it's very expensive as well. And this area of Paris is amazing. The hotel we had was a short walk from the Sacré-Cœur Basilica, actually. And it was amazing that we could go there anytime we wanted. Also, we spent just 3 days in Disneyland, which my husband regretted a lot because he would have wanted more. So we thought in the future we might get a yearly pass and just spend a whole week. Christmas is a really crowded period when you go to Disneyland Paris, so the queuing time is a little bit more than usual. But I did see that a lot of people tend to come after Christmas, not really on the Christmas day. So the 25th, I felt that it wasn't as crowded as on the 26th and 27th. We tried to get everything that was on schedule to see all the shows. I know the first time we went there, we didn't know about any shows except the parade. The parade is amazing, but I mean, the shows were great, and our daughter was little. She didn't know much about Disney characters. She only knew Mickey Mouse and Minnie Mouse, but she loved the shows. We saw a lot of dancing shows. We saw a lot of activities interacting with children on inside spaces, so you don't have to freeze outside all the time, which I really appreciated because sometimes you felt like you wanted to go somewhere inside. There were so many things to do and so much fun. All the rides are really nice, but when you go with a little child, you will take into account as well that the little ones don't actually go on the really dangerous rides. So we did go on the dangerous rides, but we took turns. One had to stay with the baby and the other one went on the ride. So I wouldn't say it's that bad from that point of view. The food was amazing. I mean, Christmas food as well. The menus and the places were arranged so that you could feel it's Christmas. And my husband and I, we really felt like it was the best Christmas we ever had. And we used to think that the best Christmas was at home with family, but this was really awesome, and I think it's worth every penny. So because I booked the hotel in August, I found a very good offer for 8 nights. I spent £250, about 275 euros if I'm not wrong, for 8 nights, only the hotel, but we were very happy with the hotel. And the fact was that an ibis hotel is what we are going to look for in the future as well. We've been in ibis hotels before. I know they're considered budget, low cost, but they were really good conditions compared to other hotels that we had before, which were more stars but less from the point of view of what they were offering. The cleanliness of the room, the people coming to clean every day, actually change your towels and all that. I think that was really good from the point of view of service. I know a lot of people were complaining about this hotel being too far from the center of the city, but I found that the bus doesn't take too long to the center of the city. On the other hand, regarding Disneyland Paris, on Christmas, they have Christmas shows. They have Christmas decorations. If there is no snow, they will have artificial snow. I know a lot of people will know that, but I feel that that's such a nice thing to see on Christmas, because where we come from, Christmas means having snow, or at least snowing. And my husband loved it, and my daughter loved it too. Yeah, so we do want to go once more with our baby once he's gonna be a little bit grown up and this pandemic will be over, hopefully. So it's safe to go. So train for us was Eurostar, which we booked from London, and we also booked in August because we wanted to make sure we get a good deal on the price. I know there's people who wait till last minute to get a good deal, but I can't wait until last minute because you never know, maybe the price will go up too much and then you can't afford it, or who knows, because sometimes the prices tend to go up a lot. So we did book Eurostar. Because she was under 2, she had to sit in my lap, but it was okay. We didn't have any limit on the luggage. We had a buggy. We had 2 suitcases, which was okay for us, and of course it was okay from the point of view of food as well, because we chose the menu that included the food. On the arrival to the hotel, we did check in. Everything was ready for us. They were expecting us. We did come earlier than the time that they said it was okay for check-in, but we did inform them through booking, and it was okay because they knew already about it and they were expecting us. In Paris, I found that the best places to go with children are places that would attract their attention. Like, we went to the aquarium that was just across the street from the Eiffel Tower. We did go to the Eiffel Tower on top of it, and she loved it. And she also saw with us the Montparnasse Tower, which was also lovely. It was lovely to see. We went to the top floor. We had been there before we had the baby, but this time was more interesting because she got to see it as well. And being Christmas, the terrace on top of the Montparnasse Tower was also decorated. There were Christmas trees, and you could take pictures, and you could get really nice memories, because the top of the building allows you to take pictures where the background is Paris. One thing I love about Paris is they know how to there are lights that highlight the main objectives to see, the Arc de Triomphe, the the Dome des Invalides, and so many others. And of course, seeing them from the top of the Montparnasse building will give you a slight idea where to go if you need to go to them. I love the fact that when we didn't have a child, we used to go on foot a lot and visit on foot. So we got used to the Paris surroundings and seeing everything. But with the child, we did have the buggy with us. That meant that she could get her naps. She was sleeping at 1 every day for 2 or 3 hours, which meant that we could push her around and still be okay to travel on foot. And I love the fact that a lot of the metros had they had elevators or lifts that could help you get down and up with the buggy, but also where there were stairs, it wasn't too difficult to get down or up because we would pick up the buggy from one end and the other. But also that they had the wheelchair slides, so to speak, where you could go with the buggy and that would be okay as well. So we could travel with every means of transportation we wanted. We didn't have to stop on anything. We even took the tram, which we didn't take the first time we went. And I guess my daughter loved it because she didn't travel much on the tram. What else did we like? We liked very much the Dôme des Invalides. We liked very much the First and Second World War Museum, which were lovely, and they had a lot of videos that would teach you a lot of stuff, and I found very, very useful. I loved the food that we ate, especially there was across from the Saint Denis church cathedral, there was a local place. I don't even remember the name. It just, we visited that specific cathedral. We went out of it and we saw that place and we were like, let's go and eat. And this is one thing that I loved about Paris, is that eating in those places that don't look like big restaurants, or you could eat local food and it would be delicious. And my husband had such an amazing omelette, which my daughter loved as well. So we had to order one more for her. And I did eat some really nice food as well. I had a salmon salad and it was very nice. And my husband also had burgers, which were made locally with their own recipe, I guess, because it was different from the burgers that we would eat here in the UK. And we actually found the food really nice. Of course, a lot of people that want to go on low cost, also on the spending part, they can try the McDonald's because the prices are the same everywhere. I haven't tried KFC, so I wouldn't be able to give you any advice on that. Also, I'm not actually promoting any of these places. I'm just giving you sort of an advice on how to go low cost on the menus that you want to eat. McDonald's also offers salads for people who don't want to eat fast food and just want to eat something healthy. And for children, you can always find carrots, apples in McDonald's, which I was giving to my daughter because I wasn't giving her at that point French fries or any fried food, so that was okay for us as well. But we mostly tried to go on the healthy food that was freshly made in the restaurants. We ate soups, which we liked as well, and we tried the things that Paris is famous for, the pain au chocolat, the croissants, and all that in the morning, because they were really, really nice with a cup of coffee or a tea, and they were great. We had access to supermarkets, so we were able to buy fruits and a lot of things for our daughter to eat on the road to wherever we were going. We did enjoy the fact that we were close to a market. I think it was on the side of the street. A lot of people were coming and putting fresh fruit and all that to sell, and we bought fresh fruit from them as well. We did find a rotisserie chicken freshly made, which we took to our hotel room and ate. We ate and we loved it. And we didn't go for any hotel or any rooms that would require us having a kitchen, because we knew we wouldn't have time for cooking. We were really looking to go visit and just eat on the way and enjoy Paris as it is. uh, it was very nice to visit Champs-Élysées every evening because we love to take a walk over there, and we loved the park that was next to the Louvre, which was also nice for our daughter to run in. We got to visit some malls that we thought were very nicely decorated for Christmas, and they were picture worthy, and we did take some pictures there, and we did want to check out and see what this was all about. I think we really wanted to visit the Galerie de Lafayette, which we didn't see last time, and I thought it was so nice to see them. You could eat there, you could buy macarons there, but we went to visit it, so to speak, and we went on top where you could see the Opera Garnier, and we also visited, so to speak, some of the big shops that were over there, which we were curious about, you know, seeing what do they have and what prices are, like big brands. My husband was actually looking in the Chanel store because he was looking for a present for his grandmother. So we did go and look around. We did buy some things, but we didn't spend too much money there because I felt like it wasn't actually what we were looking for to buy. We weren't there to buy a lot of perfumes. We weren't there to buy any makeup or things like that. But it was so nice to see. Again, if you go to Paris and you want to do some shopping but not spend too much money, then probably this is not the right place for you to go, because you might find that a lot of things are quite expensive. On the other hand, if you want to buy things that might be closer to your budget, you should look at the places that are around on the streets, in the quarters that are not so close to the center of Paris, because the closer you are to the center, I find it that the prices are higher. I loved going with my daughter and my husband on the Champ de Mars because it's a lot of free space for running, and you can see the Eiffel Tower. I recommend anyone who goes to Paris and says that the Eiffel Tower is just a bunch of iron and is not a big deal, to go there at least after 9 p.m. when it's dark outside and the tower lights, and every hour they flash the lights signaling that there's another hour going by, and around 10, 11 and 12 I think they actually signal it with audio as well. There's a lot of beautiful things to see in Paris, but this is still one of the things that we love because we've seen it evolve in years. Like the first time when we went, they were building the new floor, and the second time when we went, the second floor was done, so we loved that as well. And they have restaurants there where you can eat if you feel that this is something that you can afford doing. I didn't see the point of stopping and eating there since we had already plans to eat. We loved the wax museum, and I have to say, no offense to anyone, but I felt that the wax museum from Paris was better organized for the holidays. We visited first time before Halloween, second time we visited before Christmas, and both times they were way better organized than we've seen the wax museum in London. I've got nothing against anyone. We loved it. We liked it more, and that was better. Okay, so I'm going to attach in this video some pictures, some videos from Disneyland. I would recommend that you go through the Disneyland Paris website, see what you can see what you are interested in, and see also the menus for the local restaurants in Disneyland Paris, not in Disneyland Village, but in the parks, because the menus are okay, and you can choose a restaurant depending on what you would like to eat, and you can also see the prices and see whether it's affordable to you or not. So not taking anyone's advice, just your own. Make your own planning. I planned for us for every day what we were going to see. We also planned in Disneyland Paris what we were going to see, and we made a plan of depending on the schedule that we already had from the website, what they were going to do on Christmas Day and so on. And we had time to visit everything and to go into the rides thanks to very careful planning. And I advise you to take fast passes as well because they were very useful for us. And if you do go to Paris and you want to visit many places, you can go to Versailles outside of Paris as well. If you get the Navigo Découverte, I think you would cover the 1 to 5 would cover Versailles and Disneyland Paris. And for 1 week, you can get to visit everything. One tip for you though is you charge this card, which is for everything, bus, tram, metro, and train. But if you charge it on Monday, it's until Sunday. If you charge it at the end of the week, it's still going to be until Sunday. So it's recommended that you try to go there at the beginning of a week and then finish at the end of the week, or that's what it was like when we last visited. So we went on a Monday and we left on a Monday, and that helped us a lot because we got a full week and then we just had to buy tickets for the last Monday. Trains from London go to Gare du Nord, the north in Paris. And from there, we had to take bus to our location. But if you want to stay in Disneyland or close to Disneyland, there are trains which go to Disneyland Paris, which is very, very useful for people who have a hotel there. We did find some hotels we liked, which were quite okay as price, but not as good as the offer that we got for Paris. And since our plan was just to spend 3 days in Disneyland and all the other days we were going to spend in Paris, then we didn't see we didn't find it comfortable to just go from Disneyland every day to Paris. Maybe if we go for a whole week, then it would be convenient to stay close to Disneyland. Other than that, the train just takes you very close to Disneyland Paris, to the park. You just get out of the train and right there you have the gates where you could go to one of the 2 parks. I think it's very useful for everyone to know that you have to be there as early as possible if you don't want to queue up too long for it. People who have the yearly passes, they have early hours, so they can go there at, I think, 8:30, 8:45. Everyone else has to be there around 9:30, 10. We did go at about 9:30 and we didn't have to wait for too long until they opened because we really wanted to get access to the ride. So we got into the rides early in the morning so that we could see the shows. Were crowding to go on the rides. What happened is you got breakfast in Disneyland Paris, which was quite nice because we got croissants, we got pain au chocolat, we got sandwiches, we got tea, we got water, juice, coffee, whatever you needed, right on the main street, which was really cool. And the lights and the parade and the shows were amazing on Christmas. You cannot imagine. So you would love Disneyland Paris any time of the week, but the Christmas day is the best day of the year. And the fun thing is that you can start seeing it from before Christmas because they do the same shows every day. And you can see it even after Christmas. And then on New Year's, they have different shows for New Year's Eve, so they change it. We honestly loved it, and we tried to see as much as possible. And we want to go again because there's some rides where we would like to go with the children because they're very, very much fun for the children. And our daughter wasn't big enough to have fun on certain shows at that time. We want to see some of the other shows which you had to book beforehand, and we didn't know, so we didn't get any places on that. So next time I will attach some videos, some pictures, and things for you to see and to enjoy. I hope you enjoyed this video as well, and if you have any comments, if you have any suggestions, if you want to ask any questions, please leave them in the comments and I will get back to you with an answer. Okay? Have a wonderful day and enjoy the rest of the video. Bye!
Ladies and gentlemen, we remind you that the selfie sticks are completely prohibited. Thank you. Wow. Tous ces gens ont l'air si heureux. Anna, tu ne trouves pas qu'il y a une atmosphère très particulière?
Salut, je m'appelle Crush. Coucou Kachou. Génial. Oh, génial. C'était une vague de compétition. Coucou Kachou. Ça, c'est ce que j'appelle de la magie.